Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rowan, the Lyranwitch. Today I'm back with another collective message. This one is about a song I've had stuck in my head for over 2 weeks. I could not figure out what was going on with it, and I just sat here and had 3 oranges trying to figure out why. And Spirit said, just start the reading. So I've had Leave It by Yes stuck in my head for 2 weeks. Okay, and I love Yes, I'm a fan, but I just thought it was stuck in my head for no reason, but last night after I finished the last reading that I posted, I looked down at my cards and this was on top of the deck. And I heard the song in my head again. And to me, that was a sign that this has a bigger message. However, they wouldn't give it to me just by myself, so let's go ahead and hop in here. While I'm shuffling the cards, I just want to extend so much gratitude to you guys for being here. I absolutely love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you every time that I come on. I look forward to tapping into your energy, and I'm just so grateful that y'all are here. I can feel your support, even for those of you who don't take the time to comment or are shy or something like that. Like, I feel that you guys send me prayers and send me protection. I really appreciate that. It's definitely not going to waste, so thank you so much. Thank you as well to everybody who books personal readings, energy healing, and animal communication with me, and as well to my patrons. I'm so excited to see more of you here. It's awesome. If you guys would like to be in the running for one of the 2 free readings I'm giving away, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, all you have to do is make sure that you're subscribed already and leave me a comment letting me know what you think of the reading or just that you're interested. Alright, with that being said, I just got there's too much momentum, pause is needed. This came up in reverse, which is telling me that there's some kind of start-stop energy happening here. And, you know, the song Leave It is actually about... Yes actually wrote it because they were having trouble coming up with drum lines. And they decided to focus on the lyrics instead, and they ended up with this song that's become a hit, right? Literally begin writing now. Some of you are going through writer's block or some kind of creative block. And it's important to focus on something bodily instead of whatever your craft is, okay? Even if your craft is writing, there's something that's amiss with your physicality right now. And this was the message that came up yesterday too, to go in and ground yourself. Because explore your creative side, coming up in reverse. I can't. Yeah, you guys really need to ground yourselves. Everybody in the collective is going through these big activations right now. And so many of us get so distracted because a lot of, you know, the trends going on in spirituality are about how do we go more and more and more and more ungrounded. And you will completely mess up your body and your mind and your spirit doing that. You have to have a perfect balance, okay? And that does affect your creativity. It affects your productivity as well. Because you're not going to be able to explore your creative side if your sacral energies, your heart energies, your throat energies are out of whack. For a lot of you, this has to do with sleep. I'm just gonna say it, like I'm sensing this energy of waking up at weird times, just being restless, being cranky, you know, all these different things. Some of you really need to get a blue light filter on your phone with Shine Brightly here. Reconnect with Mother Earth. Some of y'all need to go touch grass for a minute. And, you know, even if you're in the city, just go outside, let the sun hit you, okay? I've been there too. I've lived in places where it's really hard to get to a park or something. You don't need to have a park. You just need to be outdoors. You need fresh air. Even just open a window if you can't go outside. It's something like that, okay? With Answer the Call, a lot of you are going to be called to move out of where you are. I'm sensing a lot of people in this collective right now who are really stuck and feeling blocked and creatively out of sorts because of where they live, because of gang stalking for some of you, for a lot of you actually. Because these are like, I feel like this collective that's resonating with this, you're like high-level light workers. And what I mean by that is you've been on the path for a long time and you are working with energies that take lifetimes to be indoctrinated into. Like, you've earned this before you even incarnated here by virtue of the way you were seeking the divine. And because you were seeking the divine, it also seeks you. In every lifetime, it will seek you. Because you have the courage to go out there and actually look for it. You're not somebody who shies away from the truth. So I feel like my collective are like me in the sense that you will explore all sides of the occult. You will explore everything and make sure that you leave no stone unturned, because knowledge is power. Okay? I'm never going to tell somebody, hey, don't ever research that. Why would you not research it? You may feel like you may come to the conclusion that a lot of things are BS, because a lot of them are. And a lot of things are distortions. But I encourage you to still read about them, because that builds your intuition. You will learn from that, And the way that you learn from that, again, they're saying, your spirit guides work through your physical body for a lot of you. I'm feeling that a lot of you are actually physical empaths and clairsentient, meaning you receive energy through your body. That's one of the most common ways that you receive spirit. Everybody receives spirit that way. And what's going on is there's so many people in the collective who are focused 100% on opening the third eye, and stop. Just stop doing that. There's no reason that you need to do that. You should never try to force something into being. It will happen if it's meant to happen for you, but there's a lot of people here who are strong in their gifts. Can do all of the things I can do different things than I can do, powerfully, okay? And you don't need your third eye for that. Some of you do not need to have your third eye open in that way, and by trying to force it open, it's throwing off your sleep cycles, it's throwing off your dream cycles, and it's leaving you needing to re-energize yourself, because you're directing so much of your spiritual energy into this one part of your aura, and it's almost burning a hole in it. You can actually overact parts of your field. And that's a problem I see with a lot of people who are just really driven in their seeking, as this collective is. They can mistake feeling like there's a weakness in their aura for, they can overwork something to the point where it's causing weakness elsewhere. Whenever you overwork a part of your body, something else has to compensate. So if you're only hopping around on your right leg all the time, you're going to be compensating with a different part of your body. Your back might get hurt, your hips might get hurt, because it's not used to you just using that one part of your body. It's the exact same thing with your aura. Okay, it's the same thing with your energy. So if you're constantly the third eye needs to open, that's going to burn the hell out of not only your third eye, but also your crown, because you're trying to force it open. You're trying to pull things in from the ethers that don't need to go there. A lot of these things I'm feeling are actually wanting to be felt through your shoulders, through your chest. A lot of you feel through your chest, I'm feeling. And you also speak through your chest. If you're somebody that you speak that way, and you have a lot of control over your voice and your vocality and the way that you present yourself to others, you need to stop focusing on your third eye. I'm just going to say it. Some of you are more heart and throat based. So I'm really going to encourage this collective to, be more open, literally, be more open to what parts of your energy activate when you're letting loose. You're going to be strongest in what activates for you, okay? I also fell into the third eye thing whenever I was younger, because that's all you read about. That's all you read about. The only spiritualists that you really hear about are the ones that describe visions, right? And although I am kind of strong in my clairvoyance, that's actually not my main gift, and it took me lots of time to figure that out. I'm strongest in my hearing, okay? And people do not get that. You have to feel out what's strongest for you, and the other things will fall into place. Probably your third eye will become more active if you leave it alone for a while. Let it recover. Okay, that's for somebody. I don't know, but yeah. So leave it, I think, is in regards to forcing. Clear your mind. Clear your preconceived thoughts about how you need to express yourself. Some of you are, I'm hearing, trying to work through a specific part of your spiritual gifts to channel them into a creative project. So for a lot of you, this is going to be your third eye, because we're a very visual society, right? That's where a lot of the focus is, which is fine. But you can channel information from your hearing, from your senses, into a visual thing. Likewise, you can channel something that's visual into something audible. It's all about like manipulating those energies. It's about being able to mold them into what actually works for you, and not trying to make it like everybody else. Because I think there is this underlying current here of not being able to maybe find your true voice or your true creativity because you're not like thankful for what you have in a way. And you're trying to make it like others, you know, maybe even worried about what other people think about how you do things. That's for somebody. That's not for everybody. But take a break from it, ground yourself during this time. And I keep getting this message for my collective, you know, start listening to like stand-up comedy or something. Just whatever makes you laugh. Funny animal videos, comedy videos. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's not spiritual, like whatever. Not everything should be spiritual. It shouldn't. You know, even if you do spiritual stuff for a living, maybe especially if you do spiritual stuff for a living, you really need to get away from it from time to time. There's a reason I'm not on here every day. I don't do readings every day. I've spaced out my life to make that possible because it's not healthy. It's not. We're supposed to be physical beings. Like, we live in bodies. We incarnated on this planet to be here. Not to try to escape here. Not to try to escape the reincarnation cycle. Like, yeah, okay, that'll be coming at some point. But you're obviously here for a reason. Stop trying to evade it. Try to enjoy yourself a little bit. Actually, try to enjoy yourself a lot. Like, I don't like the idea that things have to be so stringent, you know? I've never been told that when I tuned in with my guides about it. It was always, life is supposed to be pleasurable. The things, if you've noticed, a lot of the mainstream religions that are used as like a form of energetic slavery and that carry a lot of these distortion energies that keep us enslaved. This is all stuff Solara Speaks talks about in extreme detail and with a lot of prowess. So definitely go check out her videos to know more about how religions actually do this and how they foster these kind of distortions. But if you've noticed, a lot of these like mainstream religions are so strict about everything that's fun, everything that's pleasurable, everything that's natural. Blech. None of that. None of that here. Whenever you're not enjoying yourself, you're missing signs. Okay? Now, they want me to get back to the song. The song is like the link between all the things in this reading, okay? There's a counting down aspect in the song. It's about, you know, going to different cities and towns and doing gigs and then going home and being kind of frustrated by the cycle of being creative and going through this life and maybe it not being what they wanted it to be because of the way society is set up, right? Being away from your loved ones, all that stuff. But they're like, one down, one to go, another town, one more show, you know, things like that. And there's really this sense here of always being counting down. Like, okay, how am I going to get to the next thing? What do my guides want me to do next? What's the next thing? And there's nothing wrong with that to a degree, but I feel like there's too much focus on it for this group who's resonating with this message. It's almost like you're measuring every second of your life in terms of spiritual seasons instead of actually living your life. You know, it's good to go after your goals, but if they're completely dominating your thoughts to the point where you're not balancing yourself, you're not noticing things, you're not actually living, of course you're going to struggle to find your voice because it's not going to be expansive. Whenever you're like opening your gifts, opening your voice, that's expansive energy. it's constricting whenever you're so focused on something that you're counting down and waiting for the next thing. Yeah, some of you really need to connect with the animals more. If you have animals that you live with, spend some time with them. You know, if you have a dog, do some training with your dog. Go outside, take a walk. Just play with them. You know, if you have a cat, play with them. You know, whatever your pet is, spend some time. Hold them. Give them extra treats. You're what they have in this world, and it's important that you're here for them. And same thing with your kids, obviously, but the animal card just came out, so I figured I'd speak on that first. Okay, connect with loved ones is another card that's coming up here. Yeah, some of you have been, like, almost cut off from other people in your life or having fun with other people in your life because you have different viewpoints than them. And there's nothing wrong with getting away from people who shame you or who are abusive in different ways. But I think this is a little bit different. What Spirit's referring to right now are people who just think different than you, but they're not actually doing anything to harm you, and they are overall supportive of your way of life. But you're almost like so focused on everything that you can't see that they're a valuable part of your life. For some of you, it's really important to, you know, you might have friends that like to be outside with you, and you can enjoy nature with these people, even if you don't have the same belief systems, okay? You know, nature always takes people to a place that's even keel. Everybody experiences the same things in nature. And for that reason, like, it's a very primitive thing that brings people together. So camping might be good if you can camp, something like this. There's also, look, these people are outside in this card too. Just hanging out outdoors. So you might want to hang out in the yard with some people, have friends over or whatever. But upskill is coming up here, and there's this, yeah, you might have friends that have a certain skill set that's different than you, and you might have not wanted to connect with them as much because they had different belief systems, but Spirit's encouraging you to pursue this shared interest with them. For a lot of you, it's academic or literary, but, you know, for others, this might be like, I'm hearing gaming for somebody, because that is kind of a skill set, you know, that's like using your imagination. And honestly, I'm going to say this, back to the third eye thing real quick. One of the best ways to open your third eye that I never hear anyone talk about is reading novels. Like reading novels that have nothing to do with our world. So fantasy, science fiction, playing video games, anything that trains your imagination is way more opening to the third eye than sitting there and meditating forever. It's true. Yeah, connect with past loved ones. There's a lot of us here in this collective that actually feel a lot closer with some of our family members that have passed on because they're at a higher vibration than some of our living family members. And Spirit's like, I understand why you're like that, because a lot of your regular living family members just don't have the same emotional capacity as you, and they don't have the compassion that you have or the understanding you have. And some of them just aren't even good. Some of them aren't good people, legitimately. But they don't want you to close off to love from people in your life. You know, some of you have become so ingrained with only connecting with Spirit because that was a coping mechanism. I'm not trying to call you out, like, I understand completely. You've been going with the flow in your life, as you should, and this really helped you. But they're saying, like, in this season, remember to open up to love from people in your life, like new people. Because sometimes you'll have people come, oh, a butterfly just came up to the window. That was so pretty. Huh. What a nice surprise. So there's a hello from Spirit. It was a big orange butterfly. What was I saying? I don't remember, but that was cute. Okay, I remember. So you're going to want to tune in and connect with new people in your life, because sometimes you'll have people come into your life who you just met, who will have better intentions for you than people you've known your whole life. So be open to that, because that's what's going to be coming in the next while. You know, I've shared plenty of videos about this. I'd recommend starting with the one that's being over enemy lines. It has something to do with enemy lines in the name, but I have a few of them that are about this, including my last video as well, about the cycle breakers. We're preparing to be open to love from new people, soulmates, people who are here to assist us with our creative projects, and who can actually do this kind of shamanic work with us. But they're trying to get us to just open up to people in general, and they're going to, for some of you, they're going to have you open to people and just be around people who don't have the same kind of spirituality as you at the beginning, but are still good people. And then eventually, once you're like more open and you get your directions on where you're going to move to, because for a lot of you it's a physical move that's going to be happening this year, then those spiritual soulmates come in. Anything else, please, Spirit? Nope. Okay, that is what I have for you today. I hope that these messages resonated for you, and I hope that they serve you. Thank you all for being here. I'm sending you lots of love and peace, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.